So first off, do you qualify for a free or reduced lunch?
Yes.
What is your parents' marital status?
My mom is engaged.
Oh, that's cute. Are your parents employed, unemployed, or disabled?
Both of them are employed.
Is their your parents' poverty situational or generational?
I'll say it's generational. Like, my mom would always tell me how, like, when she was little, it was hard for her mom to, like, feed all the kids because she had so many. And, like, they had a house, but it was hard trying to keep it or whatever. She didn't, like, I guess my grandma didn't have a lot of income because she was too busy staying at home taking care of the children. And my grandpa ended up passing away, which just made it harder. But right now, we're not living in poverty because both of my parents are employed.
That's great. So how important is education in your family?
I think it's really important. I can't speak for everyone else in my family, but to me, I think it's important because without an education, you can't really pursue any career that you want to. Like, it's not always easy getting a job. Like, you need some type of education to get a job usually. It's important to me because, like, I already know what I want to do when I get older, and if I don't have an education, I won't be able to do that, and I don't just want to be a stay-at-home and do nothing person.
What do you want to be when you get older?
I want to be a lawyer.
Like any kind of lawyer or like a certain type?
I'm not sure yet. All I know is that I don't want to be a workers' compensation lawyer. Like, I want to work with criminal justice and...
Like, make a change?
Yeah.
I feel you, me too. How does your family prioritize education? Like, is education at the top of their list when it comes to everything? Like, you must go to school, you must do that.
Yeah, I really don't have a choice. Like, even if I'm sick, my mom makes me go to school because it's like, I mean, whether I'm sick or not, I'm still able to get up and walk around and I can still think. And she looks at it as if you're able to get up, if you're able to walk around, like, if you can do this and that, you can go to school. So, like, no matter what, I have to go to school. Like, I play sports too, but education comes first. Like, even the teachers say it, like, my coach tells me all the time, you're a student first, then an athlete. If you can't keep your grades up, you can't play. Like, my mom is the same way. Like, if I keep my grades up, I can play sports. If my mom sees that I'm failing or something, which usually doesn't happen, she's probably not gonna let me play.
Do you think education will increase or decrease your family's financial burden?
I'm not sure because I'm gonna be the first person, like, in my household to actually go to college. Like, my two brothers they graduated from high school, but they didn't actually go to college. Like, one went to college and something happened with his financial aid and he had to come back, and so now he works, and I don't know if he's gonna sign back up to go to college or what, but I feel like it's gonna be hard for my family to pay off my finances if I do go to college. But I mean, it shouldn't really interfere with their income or whatever, because if I'm the first one going to college and I'm the only one going to college, then they should be able to help pay for it.
Do you think, like, it'll help them out in the long run? Like, it'll be like an investment?
I mean, do you mean, like, when I get older and I'm actually pursuing my career and making money and stuff? I think it will help them out because, like, if I'm making enough money, I can actually start helping them. Like, they're helping me now and they're giving me money. I want to be the person giving them money.
What type of resources do you think people living in poverty miss out when it comes to, like, education? Like, if you compare, like, kids from, let's say, like, Barrington to kids that go to Shea.
I don't really understand the question.
Like at Barrington, they have, like, money to afford, like, new books and, like, tutors and stuff. And their parents can help them out in their homework. Like, kids in poverty, they'll go home and your mom will look at your homework and be like, what is this? I can't help you.
I think that has a negative effect on kids living in poverty because there's, like, a lot of programs out there that students can, like, go to get help with anything that has to do with school. And like, if you're living in poverty, you can't afford that, so therefore there are other kids out there who actually have money that can afford that stuff. They can get help as far as their education, and unfortunately the kids living in poverty can't because they have no money.
Do you think that's like a setback?
Yeah.
What do you think needs to happen, like educational resources that need to be in place to help kids in poverty? Like, say if you didn't come here, like, I know we have like after school programs, but like other high schools don't. They don't have homework clubs. They don't have tutors. They don't have teachers to stay after school.
So what's the question again?
What educational resources do you think needs to be in place to help the poor?
I mean, I think there should be some type of program where like kids living in poverty can actually get help as far as their education. Like, there should be programs that will help them with their education that they shouldn't have to pay for.
Exactly. And what do you think like your friends go through, like kids who are like under poverty that are like around your age go through when it comes to school?
Well, actually, like, nobody knows this, but my best friend, she's actually about to be homeless. Like, she got kicked out of her house and everything. And, like, she doesn't show it when she's at school because education, like, school is basically her way of getting away from all her stress. Like, she comes to school, yeah, like, she works really hard. And, like, the same thing goes for me. Like, I'm not poor, but I'm not rich either. Like, there's a lot of things that my family can't afford. And, like, in order to escape all that, like, I actually enjoy coming to school and doing my work because then I don't have to think about all that. Like, when I go home, it's a different story. But, I mean, she doesn't have the most rich family. Like, she's about to be homeless and everything, but like, she's a smart girl and she still keeps her grades up and she just tries to keep her head up no matter what. Like, she doesn't let poverty get to her.
Do you think like it's hard to like go through the doors and just leave everything that's like going on outside of school? Like, outside of school?
Yeah, I think it is hard because, like, I know I'm not in her shoes, but, like, I know what it feels like because of what she tells me, and, like, I feel really bad for her, and if it was me, I probably wouldn't be able to, like, come to school and forget about that. Like, it would be on my mind, and, I mean, she's really strong, so, like, I'm trying to get her to push through it and hope for the better, and, I mean, it's not easy. Like, you have to go to school trying to escape from what's happening at home, and when you go home you have to think about the fact that you're probably not even going to have a home soon.
Exactly, and that's what I'm trying to get out with my senior project. What advantages or disadvantages do you think you have related to school?
You mean like as far as what school I picked, or?
Doesn't matter, whatever you feel like.
I would say just the fact that I chose to come to Blackstone. Like, I literally live like a few feet away from CF High, and I'm just like, I don't think I want to go to that school. Like, after everything that happened with the teachers, like, the teacher that got in trouble a few years ago for messing around with a student was actually my volleyball coach, and I was just like, wow, like, I don't want to go to that school. And I mean, I don't think Central Falls is a safe place, period. Like, I live on the worst street in Central Falls. Like, there's always a shooting, or there's a stabbing, or there's people fighting, and, like, it's ridiculous because there's always little kids playing outside. Like, we don't need that. But I feel like if I went to CF High, I wouldn't be as focused as I am. I wouldn't have been, like, pushed so much by the teachers. But here at Blackstone, like, the teachers push me, and they give a lot of homework, but they're just doing it to challenge us because they know what we're capable of. And, like, since the school is smaller, the teachers are able to help you more, and, like, they're young, so they understand you, and they're always there for you, whether you're having a problem at school or at home. And I don't think the relationship is like that between the students and the teachers at CF High. Like, one time I went to that school, and I went there early because I had a volleyball game, and I got to walk in the classroom and just sit there with the students, and the teacher didn't even say anything. Like, that's ridiculous.
Didn't even know if he was a student or not.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Well, do you have any other comments related to education and poverty?
No.
Okay. That was good. I don't know how to stop this though.